I matched! Let's go! Guys, I'm gonna be an ER doctor. But today, guys, I wanted to talk about 5 surprising things that I learned going through this matching process. So let's get into it. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If this is the first time we're meeting, my name is Michael. I am finishing up my 4th year of medical school, and as you guys just saw, I matched into emergency medicine. So I've been on a bit of a high lately. I'm super excited for the program that essentially wanted me. And now it's just crunch time. Lots of things are happening. We are preparing to move to Michigan. So very exciting times. So I wanted to talk about 5 things that I kind of realized going through this matching process. And there are a lot of the questions that you guys may be having if you guys haven't gone through the match yet. So the first thing that I realized is you're not always going to end up where you do your audition rotations. And I honestly don't know the statistic of how many people end up where they do an audition. And when you guys go out and do your audition rotations, you're gonna realize that I feel like quite a few of the residents will say that they did a sub-I at that program. So I'm sure this varies from specialty to specialty. I can only speak for emergency medicine, but I think it's so important to understand the function and role of an audition rotation or a sub-I. I did a full video on this. I'll link it down in the description. So if you guys want to check that one out, it'll be down there for you. But when you guys are thinking about where to do your sub-Is, you're probably thinking about where you actually want to do residency. And there are pros and cons to doing your sub-Is at places that you want to go to. The one pro is you get to actually see the facility. They get to meet you, you meet them, you see if it's a good fit for you, so on and so forth. But the one negative, and it's a pretty big negative, is if you go there and you don't do your absolute best, you don't click with the other people, it just doesn't feel quite right, then it's almost a guarantee you're not going to end up there. And honestly, why would you want to go to a place where it doesn't feel right anyways? But there is that flip side of you go there, you crush your rotation, it feels right, and you end up matching there. So there are pros and cons to doing your sub-Is, and I talk more about that in my other video. But I wanted to mention that it's okay if you don't match into a place where you do your sub-I, and if this was a place that you actually enjoyed rotating at. Because at the end of the day, the matching algorithm is there to put you where you're gonna fit in the best, where that program actually wants you in their program and you actually wanna be in their program. The second thing that I learned was second looks matter. Yes, second looks matter. Going out in person matters. I didn't do an in-person interview at the program that I matched at, but I did go do an informal second look. I emailed the program coordinator, the program director. I was like, hey, I want to come check out the program because I am very interested in the program. They set it all up. It was perfect. I flew out there. I met one-on-one with the program director. He showed me around the hospital. I mean, it was like VIP service. They gave me a gift bag. I know some programs will take applicants out to lunch, things like that. So it's just more of a personal experience than talking to someone through a screen via Zoom. And if you go out and do a second look, it automatically tells them that you are interested in their program enough to pay money to get on a flight, to get a rental car, to get a hotel, to go and see their program and to meet them in person. I 100% guarantee you guys that these second looks stick in their minds way more than your virtual interviews will. So if you are interested in a program or a few programs, make sure to go do a second look, preferably before they submit their rank list, because they will offer second looks after they submit their rank list. And they do this because they don't want you to feel pressured to have to go and do a second look. But you want them to know that you sacrificed money and time to go out and spend half of your day with them. So biggest piece of advice, go and do a second look. The third thing that I learned going through this process is about signaling programs. But before I talk about that, I want to talk about today's sponsor of this video, Jaanuu scrubs. And if you guys didn't notice, I am wearing a fresh pair of Jaanuu scrubs. This is Seal Blue. So if you guys like this color, go on to Jaanuu scrubs and use my discount code. But honestly, guys, if you want to go to work feeling like you're in your pajamas still, then that's the best way to describe Jaanuu. They're very soft, they're stretchy, they are very form-fitting, so they make you look good. They have a variety of styles to kind of fit whatever you're looking for, whether you like additional pockets or something just plain and clean like I have on. And just for size comparison, I'm 6 feet tall, about 170 pounds, and I'm wearing a medium in both the top and the bottoms. The top I have on is the Holmes Classic scrub top, and this is the scrub top that just has the one pocket in the front. They do have other options where you can get the 2 front pockets, or you can even get a pocket here on the side of your arm. They also have other options where you can get actually a button down type of scrub. You can get a scrub with a collar on it. So there really is something for everyone. But I really like this scrub top. I feel like it gives me really good movement. I don't feel like I'm restricted in any way, but I feel like it still hugs my body nicely without being like super tight, and it doesn't look boxy either, so it's not super flowy or super loose. It's got kind of like that just right feel. And as far as what the top is actually made of, it is 76% polyester, 18% rayon, and 6% spandex. So if that's important to you, that's kind of what it's made out of. That's why it has that nice form-fitted feel and that nice stretchiness to it without feeling like thin or scratchy. So they are very soft. Now, as far as the bottoms that I have on, those are the Rhodes Straight Scrub Pant, and it's definitely one of the more classic style of scrub bottoms. I don't personally like a lot of pockets, but this one's really nice. It has one side pocket and then 2 back pockets. They do have other options where you can get additional pockets if that's something you're looking for. Now, as far as the waist goes, it does have a nice stretchy waistline with a drawstring to tie if you guys need that. And even though this is one of their more classic style of scrub bottoms, I would say it's a nice form-fitted scrub bottom. And what I mean by that is it's not necessarily tapered at the bottom, but it's form-fitted enough to where you don't really need that taper. It already fits your leg really well. So if you're not someone that wants a jogger style, then this is definitely a good option for you. But Jaanuu also offers a tapered scrub bottom. So if you guys want to check out that one, they do have that one as well. So there you have it, guys. As a future ER doctor, I definitely approve these scrubs. I've worn them through many shifts in the ER already, and I really can't fault them. It feels really good wearing a nice set of scrubs that looks good, that feels good, that gets me through my long shifts. So if you guys are on the fence about getting a pair of Jaanuu scrubs, I would say go ahead and do it. If you guys do decide to get a set for yourself or for someone else, definitely use my discount code. You'll save 20% off. And if you guys are interested in learning a little bit more about Jaanuu scrubs and the other products that they offer, I will be doing a video on their underscrubs, on their vests, on their jackets. So definitely stay tuned for that video. But let's get back into today's video. All right, guys, so let's talk about the signaling. So when you apply for residency, you're gonna get 7 what they're called signals. They're an extra way for you guys to express your interest to 7 different programs, just letting them know that you have a high interest in their program. Now, the one thing that surprised me about signaling is I actually only got 4 interviews from the 7 signals that I sent out. And one of those was actually a sub-I. So I really only got 3 interviews from my 7 signals that I put out there. And honestly, I had to go back and look at which programs I ended up signaling. But when I just looked back today, I actually realized that I signaled the program where I actually matched. So I don't know what that tells you guys. I wasn't able to find a lot of information on the percentage of people that match into a program that they ended up signaling. But take it from me, I matched into a program that I signaled. So as of right now, I'm a big believer in the signaling thing. So make sure to signal programs that you are really interested in getting an interview at and hopefully eventually matching into. And I will say that I spoke to my other friend who is going into emergency medicine, and he also matched into a program that he signaled. But he's a little bit of an outlier because he also did an audition rotation with them. So he auditioned there, he signaled them, and he matched there. So it's still a little unclear of how strongly the signaling correlates to you matching into a program. The 4th thing that I really noticed, and I talked to a bunch of other people who felt the same way about this, is you'll end up getting interviews from your so-called reach programs more often than your safety programs, which I thought was really weird. I definitely applied to both kind of safety programs as well as really good programs. And I feel like I got more interviews from the better programs than I did from maybe the less desirable programs, which kind of shocked me. And I think the biggest shocker is I actually matched at one of those programs. I would say that the program that I matched at is one of the best emergency medicine residency programs in the country. And I was able to match into that, but I couldn't get an interview at like an HCA type of place. I think that's kind of mind-boggling. So if you're worried about applying to your so-called REACH programs, don't worry, just apply to them. You have nothing to lose. But I think you guys are gonna be pleasantly surprised when you start getting interviews from these places. All right, the fifth thing that I thought was super surprising about the matching process was how incredibly stressful it is. I don't get stressed out a lot, and that's probably good since I'm going into emergency medicine. But there's nothing to really prepare you for this amount of stress. I mean, it's really setting you up for the rest of your career. And it doesn't matter how many interviews you do, it doesn't matter how many places you're ranking. You could be ranking 30 different programs and it's still gonna be extremely stressful, even though the chances of you matching are almost 100% when you rank that many programs. Like for example, I was applying to emergency medicine, a very, I guess, unpopular specialty at the time. And if you haven't heard yet, emergency medicine is back. We are super popular. It's gonna be super competitive probably in the next year or two. So stay tuned for a video on that. But yeah, emergency medicine, not everyone's favorite specialty right now. And I'll just tell you guys, I applied to 71 programs, kind of overkill. I got 15 interviews and I ranked 13 programs. Now, my school put out a statistic that said, if you're going into emergency medicine and you rank 9 or more programs, then you have a 95% chance of matching. So I ranked 13. So I was like, cool. Like, I'm gonna match somewhere, it's just a matter of where. Little did I know, I was still gonna be extremely stressed out during match week. If you guys didn't see my match week video, I'll put it down in the description, go check that out. But it was extremely stressful, even though on that Monday when you find out if you match, not where you match, but if, I knew it was gonna say that I matched. Like, I felt really confident. I was going into a specialty that wasn't very popular. I had really good interviews. I had a really good feeling that I was gonna match, and I was still stressed out of my mind. I lost a ton of sleep. I kept waking up at like 2 in the morning and couldn't fall back asleep just because I was thinking about the match. And then come Monday, I matched and I was super pumped. But then I had to wait to find out where I was gonna match. And I thought that Monday was gonna be the worst of the 2 days. But come Friday, that is super stressful. It's nerve-wracking. Yes, if you matched or not by that point. And hopefully you did. And so if you did, then all you're waiting for is to know where you matched. And it's an incredible experience, but it is so stressful waiting for that email to come through. And if you guys want to see my reaction, go check out my match day video. So guys, those are the 5 things that I thought were super surprising going through this matching process. If you've gone through this process already and have something to add, drop it down in the comments below. And if you guys are in the market for an awesome brand new set of scrubs, whether you're a new med student, whether you're already in med school and just want a nice new pair of scrubs, or whether you want to celebrate your new residency match with a new pair of scrubs, whatever the case may be, Jaanuu Scrubs is gonna hook it up for you guys. 20% off if you guys use my discount code. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in my next one.